So are you not hosting the other girl?
So she has a lot of other commitments. She's camping right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey there, this is episode 20 of Sexcapade Chronicles. And as you can see, Lisa is not here with us today. We have Ryan filling in. Lisa is camping with her family and very excited to have one of my friends fill in.
Hello.
He's hilarious. He's been on many of the, Sexcapade shenanigans over the years. We've run together, bonded.
Mm-hmm.
You met me when I was in my worst PTSD clusterfuck of disaster state.
You're fine.
Just normal.
Yeah.
Normal levels of disaster. So, I'm super excited to have Ryan here. So, let's talk about birthdays. Because my birthday is in 2 days.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Snatch Watch is coming. So, Snatch Watch is very...
So yeah, Snatch Watch. What is it? I read it, but I totally forgot what it is.
So it's like Baywatch, like dirty Baywatch. So like a bush sticking out or like boobs
Oh.
coming out. So like I thought of you when I came up with this theme.
Interesting. I thought it was just gonna be like sexy Baywatch, but I'm like, isn't Baywatch already sexy? So like, I was really confused. So I get it now.
Yes. So.
Like 70s sexy.
Yeah, or like however you want to interpret it. So It's kind of one of those things of like open to interpretation.
Got it.
So I think it'll be fun just to see what people wear.
It's like a drag queen, but from the bottom down.
Basically, yeah. So like Sean, my buddy's wearing a Borat.
Oh, nice. Good look.
Yeah. So having everybody be in their best state is going to be very exciting, and we're going to crash a singles event. They don't know it yet, but Bumble is having an event at one of the bars. So we're going to show up, and there's free cocktails involved.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You said you weren't coming to my birthday, but now
I'm tempted.
So we're gonna go see how many people we can meet because I have to have birthday sex and all. So we have to.
Wow. I never really understood the birthday sex thing. Like people are obsessed with it, and I just want a good night's sleep.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I'm in the mood, cool. But man. Like a giant chocolate cake and then a good night's sleep sounds so much better on my birthday.
That is not what I want.
That sounds so good.
Oh no, I would like good sex. I mean, it's gonna be hard to find at a Bumble event, but nonetheless.
I mean, they're single, so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this is why I'm so excited. We're gonna
Yeah.
start the night finding all the single people and recruit them.
Easy, yeah. And then it'll be like a bachelorette type thing where you get 5 and then they slowly stop giving roses.
Exactly. Like narrow down the contestants. As I have the whistle and all of that.
And so then essentially the sex that night is the proposal, and then you see whether or not they accept the proposal.
Exactly. Because that's
totally
I mean, because my first dates go so well and all.
Yeah.
So Ryan is friends with actually the person that I went on that date with to Tahoe.
I mean, we know each other.
They know one another.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it got me thinking about worst first dates.
Oh yeah. So many.
We want to start off a story of a worst first date.
In general, I always think the worst dates are just when they don't talk. When it's just they just sit there and they're boring because I'm just so interactive usually, and I'm like, and I'm paying for it. You don't even get thank yous usually, or they're very subtle and they just don't care. And then those suck because I'm into sales, so I'm all about pleasing, and I keep trying harder and harder, and they still don't care, so it gets worse and worse. But yeah, I did have a really terrible date last year, and I learned never go on long dates. Meet at coffee, meet for a drink, maybe a dinner if you're really feeling it, but that's where it stops. So the first date, should just be a first meet, really. And then a date should be maybe something longer after you've already connected.
Okay, so how did I end up in Tahoe? My date wanted to avoid you coming to find us so badly. That's how we ended up in Tahoe. Because people were like, why the fuck did you go to Tahoe? He was so terrified you were going to show up.
When I heard you went to Tahoe, I was shocked. I was because I already knew the worst date I'd ever been on was a baseball game that went in extra innings. Where you were rooting for the other team just to end it so you can go home because you weren't just going to walk out on her. So I felt like maybe because I was trying to be good, and that was 5 hours. And I'm like, never again a 5-hour date. A 5-hour planned date. And here you are, just the drive to Tahoe is 2 hours, and you just hope that you don't hate the person.
Well, it was an hour. It was an hour into it. So you saw the text message started at 11 o'clock. We got there at 10.
Whoa. What time did he pick you up?
8.
Oh, so it took you 3 hours?
No, 8 to 10 is 2 hours.
Oh, it took you 2. Okay.
And then 11, the text messages started because you saw the whole
Yeah.
Mass of them.
So 2 hours, and then an hour into that, and then we have 8 hours of just drama. And
not me. Me
so,
telling him to go away.
so now we're at 11 hours. We still have a 2-hour drive home. Plus, you had to look for a ride, right? So what time did you end up getting home?
11:30 that night.
The next night.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was up all night. I had to call my ex that works at security.
27 and a half hours.
Ordeal and traumatization to last me a lifetime.
That sounds like a terrible date.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I don't know who would ever go to Tahoe in the first place.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like,
where's the why?
I've done other ones and they were just bad because it ran its course. Like you need to like sit back, really meet the person, think about the person. You don't need to go through the whole relationship in one night. But I've had that like a long time ago where it was like a wine tasting thing. I was like, oh, this would be great. And then I just love wine tasting, so I didn't even like really care about her, but she was still there. And about another 6-7 hours into this, I totally forgot how that day. That was so long ago. And then like she got hangry because I was just getting I was just drinking the whole time. And I don't get hangry, and I don't handle when people do get hangry. I'm just so confused. Like if you're hungry, just eat. Like buy a power bar. I don't even know who eats power bars, but buy something. And and so long dates are the worst. Yeah, you just need to meet the person, then like maybe take a few days off, really think about the person you met, think about other questions you might have, then like explore a little bit further, but maybe make only like a 3-hour date, then maybe a baseball game.
Not extra.
Yeah, not on the first date. Second date, maybe, because you can still talk and socialize unlike a movie. And then from there you go longer. Then you actually hang out longer. You spend the night. Those things. Maybe that's the problem. Is like so many dates end with like first night sex, and you're like, oh, okay, well there's.
Brian, these are like all of our dates.
Yeah. No, actually, no, not anymore. I've been pretty good. So I don't know. I just actually have to like the person now before I just make it just look nice. So as I just got older, like it's just so. When there's nothing there, it's terrible. It's just you have to really enjoy the person.
So when I was in my epicness of PTSD, we were running, and like he would make me laugh so hard because we would go back and forth about our sexcapades and dates gone wrong. So I haven't like slept or even kissed any of the guys I've gone on dates with. They've been that bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, I made my ex look really good.
Wow, that's really rough.
Oh yeah, but he hasn't talked to me since this whole incident.
See, you're dwelling on it now. Remember, you can't just go through. You have to take the time to dwell on it. Remember how it wasn't that bad. Maybe the second date can happen.
Yeah.
Or maybe not anymore.
Not in this case.
Yeah.
So all these people have like drank excessively to the point that I'm more sober than them and want nothing to do with them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta go on an equal level. And for me, it's like rough because I'm a big guy and I could drink a lot. And so I'll finish and I'm like, oh, are you ready for another drink? And they chug because they think they have to keep up. So now, we're 10 drinks in, but they're, 120 pounds and I'm 280 pounds. So obviously, I'm not even buzzed and they are completely on the ground. And then I have to just babysit the rest of the night.
Okay, so we've gone out drinking before.
Yeah.
I keep up pretty well, unfortunately.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there's very few people out there. Yeah.
My alcohol tolerance is very high.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping mine's gone down a little bit because I've been sticking to wine. I just do a bottle a night, so.
A bottle a night. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah, it's been healthy.
That's good.
Yeah, you need to increase your grape juice intake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I told you could bring alcohol, it's like because there's none at my house right now, you guys. Like, I have not gone out for 4 weekends in a row in Sacramento. I've stayed at home by myself. I didn't tell anyone I was at home because everyone would be blowing up my phone.
Yeah.
But I've really been trying to tone it down before I turn 36 and going to be my best self.
Totally.
And getting up with Sean and running.
I like that too. That's been going well. How many miles have you guys been running?
We've been doing 2 and then I've been doing another one afterwards, like 3.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't been running much, and I think that's a problem. So I have a tendency to sign up for things when I drink too much. So in the past, I did like a Tough Mudder, a half Ironman, and then I did the Berlin Marathon.
Oh yeah.
So now things have gotten so bad I can't even text anymore at the end of the night. So the next morning when I'm so hungover, that's when I sign up for things. So now I sign up for a full Ironman. I struggle with getting up these stairs. It's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough.
Yeah, that's going to be, because I mean, like, we started running right after the marathon that you ran that you didn't train for in Berlin.
But I still just did 26 miles.
No, you did. No, I'm saying, but like, I was struggling to keep up with you then.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
The tables have turned.
Well, we can run again now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been rough. But well, that's why I haven't been drinking the last few days. Well, I say that in the wine tasting one day, and beer, and then more beer, and yeah. But God.
You're totally sober.
Things are really bad.
This is like when you get to reflect on your life choices. Like, we're in a safe space.
I never talked about it, and then here I am thinking, maybe when I'm saying that drinking a bottle of wine is nothing, I'm not even drinking right now. That's a problem. A bottle of wine, that's people's entire weekend right there.
Well, not mine. That's like, I can drink 2 bottles.
Apparently that's water to me. So.
Apparently. Well, I have wine, but I don't consider that alcohol because it's sort of a high enough.
Maybe I really have to think of a step back. I was thinking about doing Whole30 again, so I started doing that last year, just because I needed to take a break. I was drinking in excess last summer. I had a rough year. And I kind of just found escape in it, and so I wanted to make sure things weren't like over. That I wasn't an alcoholic, so I just took a month off, and I didn't miss it at all. So it was great. And then even a few days after that, I was still doing Whole30, and then I slowly weaned myself back into it. So I just always want to make sure a problem doesn't develop. And so far so good. But yeah. I just didn't realize I was like drinking that much right now, and I'm like, man, I'm drinking so much more than I realized. But I have more time now. I get to sleep in.
Yeah, you're not getting up to do.
I used to wake up at 3 a.m. It was miserable.
Yeah, and
so
you
now,
could go on the weekends.
Like I slept in, and I woke up, or I got out of bed at 6, and left my house at 6:15, and
yeah, so here we are.
I'm not used to sleeping in. And that's not sleeping in for other people.
Well, today actually is PTSD Awareness Day, so I felt like, since we met when I was in the midst of this.
I'm not like trying to laugh. Like I was reflecting on the last thing, and I thought to myself, you're probably going to edit that out.
No.
Because I just started going, now you have to kind of edit it out. And people are like, what did we miss? Like, you have to do it now. It should be a great mystery. And then I was still laughing on that part, not laughing about PTSD. I want to make that clear.
He's like probably laughing about like how many hours a day I spent drinking.
Yeah.
At that point in my life.
So
because
that's the part you're going to cut out.
Exactly.
Now I'm like, okay, what part is she going to cut out?
Well, you're talking about drinking excessively, and that's what made me actually think about it, is because how much I was drinking to cope with my PTSD and stuff, and like how many hours a day, and so like to come back to now and be able to not be drinking and going out and living that life versus when we met, that's all I was doing. Yeah. So it's kind of like, like you are able to see you don't have a problem. You're just kind of self-medicating if you can come back.
Yeah, but I mean, what made you come back? Like, what was it for you that got you back from that point?
I mean, it was going to treatment and actually dealing with the trauma and like learning to surround myself with people that understood I was doing the best I could, and being able to give myself the grace of I was just doing the best I could and it had to be good enough. So if I was drinking excessively or whatever my behaviors were, I was still trying and giving myself that kind of like curve versus everything was going to be fixed overnight. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your problems go away for the time being, but it doesn't actually cure it.
I think for me, it was just the highlight reel was so bad, like, once it started, like, I just couldn't live in that, and so I'm going to treatment, but, like, the highlight reel when I'm not there is still playing, so, like, when you have that kind of trauma and that many of them, I think most people drink, to deal with PTSD. That's a very common, military or not. You don't want to see all those horrible things.
Yeah.
You want to be anywhere except your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even have PTSD, but I totally get the escape thing, just because, like I said, I had the rough year last year, but for me, it was the other reasons. I was, like, really wondering what would help you, and it's weird. Money doesn't matter to me, but I'm still the cheapest person possible. And I was like, 3 bottles of wine a night, that's how many I was getting to, and I wasn't even getting buzzed. I was like, this is normal, and I'm like, maybe, because it wasn't cheap wine either. Like, these were 50 bottle, wine, and so I would spend between $100 and $150 every night just drinking. I wasn't even making that much money, so I don't even know what I was thinking. And one of the reasons I was drinking was because I was renting out, my room, and the person stopped paying rent. So now I'm like losing money on that, and I'm like, here's a solution: spend money.
I mean, because like that's like when we go out to the bars, Like I hate my life. I'm not making enough money. Let me go get fucked up and spend $100 at the bar.
Exactly. Well, you don't mean to. You're like 1 or 2 drinks. The problem with credit cards, because they're like, leave it open. It's gonna be one of those nights. Whereas with cash, I don't know what I swear bartenders, when there's cash, they really don't. They lose count. They're like, nah, $10. You're like, I just took 20 shots of Johnny Walker. Like, that's not $10. Close enough.
Yeah.
But when it's on a card, they hate running a card so much. They're like very particular about entering everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I keep going on tangents. PTSD.
PTSD. Well, you know.
Here's my favorite tangent.
You know, steering the conversation away from the problem.
Yeah, see, we're talking about how we get away from the problem. And it's such an uncomfortable subject to talk about. And I think that maybe it's subconsciously that's what I kept doing. I was like, okay, let's find something you're saying rather than the main point. So, I'm totally guilty of that. And, but it is an uncomfortable subject. It's very taboo, and even now we hear about it, and people say, I pray for this person, but nobody really cares when the person's in that state. Nobody it seems like a lot of people don't really jump to help. They just later on they're like, oh, I wish I would have known or something. We all know.
Yeah.
People know. So.
I mean, and you were really kind to me. Like you made me laugh. Like I was crying as I would walk out the gate to meet you, and shit show and a half, and I was not doing well, people.
I was just focused on the run. Again, I just ignored any. I was like, okay.
My hysteria. Well, this is when I wasn't talking coherently. Sean talks about this. I couldn't put a thought together, so it's pretty easy to tune out when someone's completely not there.
I remember you were trying to hook them up with somebody I know, my neighbor, and I swear they're the worst possible couple. Maybe that, not thinking clearly. I was later on looking back, I'm like, okay, well maybe they're kind of talking to each other. I guess they like each other.
I forgot I set them up.
Yeah. And then
I don't remember.
They were not in it. They were not in it. Yeah.
Well,
maybe he was. Maybe he's maybe.
Sean's like you though. We joke around and laugh and have fun. She wasn't like that.
No.
She was super serious.
She likes to bring down the conversation.
Yeah. So that's not our kind of person. There was only room for one Debbie Downer, and that was me.
I mean, you're going to a bar full of them, so then there's a battle. Who can be the most Debbie Downer? Then people just get more drunk at the bar. Maybe that's how Cheers. Then they're like, okay, here's a TV show. Let's just start off with a really slow song just to get everyone in this mood. We call it a comedy. Again, tangents.
Okay, so speaking of getting drunk at the bar, today 9 years ago on my Facebook this picture comes up, and I remember this night very well because we went to the Club Raven, and I didn't post the pictures of my two guy friends that I went out with that night, but drinking.
We were at the same time, double date.
No, they took me out for my birthday.
Oh, these are just friends.
Yeah, no, I have not slept with no, not like us, no,
I don't know the guy friend, or does that mean that you the term boyfriend? How is it just boyfriend, even when it's a man? Because then guy friend,
well, everyone always asks if I slept with the people that I bring on here, which is very funny. So these are not my friends that I've slept with before or after. Okay. This experience. So we go out, and I just moved back to Sacramento. It was my first summer after moving back from SoCal. And so we went to Club Raven, is where they took me, and we got absolutely hammered.
Bird.
And it was so hot. And I was like, you know what we should do? Go to my parents and go skinny dipping.
I've been to your parents. To use the bathroom. That was funny.
First impressions?
She doesn't watch the show. No. She doesn't even know about it. She thinks you're a virgin, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Man, I wish my mom still thought I was a virgin. That was I feel most people thought I was so innocent, and I lost my innocence when my mom realized I wasn't a virgin. It was a tough time. Yeah.
So is this what you were thinking about when you met my mom, that you lost your virginity and you were innocent?
No. I was wondering if your mom watched the show.
Oh no. No, she does not watch the show.
And then I was thinking about your mom and see how my brain worked. I went 2 steps and forgot to mention that step in between.
Okay.
I was jumping. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all. But now that I know your mom doesn't watch the show, and since she still thinks you're a virgin, then I can totally say
my mom walked in.
That house is crazy.
Oh yeah.
The house is insane. There's so much shit in the house.
It's hoarders.
But it looks it looks better than half the places on K Street. It's a really well set up shop in there. She really should open a place on K Street.
Yeah.
All the homeless guys sleeping on the outside, and then you come inside to buy some arts and crafts.
Oh, that maybe you can help. Oh, because we went on the party bus. We went on the Christmas tour party bus. I was like, when did we go to my parents?
No, and everyone's like, God, we're so drunk and we need a bathroom because we're doing a light show, and you're like, bring it to the parents. So we're parked in front of your parents' house on this bus, and we had like a roller of people just roll up through, just using the bathroom. Like
well, after that, we had to go to the hospital, like, because you were so fucking shithoused.
I was like sitting there in a waiting room, people dying. It was terrible.
Meanwhile, I was sober because I was going to go see the husband in Tahoe.
You know what? I was going to do like the regional transit like pub crawl, but I feel like I've already done it. Like I've already seen like all the homeless guy on the outside, like people dying. Like I feel like that's what regional transit is. And then of course like you're gonna get shaken down by the security, and I think that happened as well at the hospital. So you know like they want to make sure you're paid for this pass.
Well, you get that all at my event. It's all inclusive. Yeah. You never know.
Make sure, like, on the flyers this year, better than the regional transit.
And we were going to stop at my parents' interior because I wasn't even speaking to my parents, and we show up and keep ringing the doorbell. And they won't publicly, like, say anything like, you can't come in, we don't publicly, like, own you. Like, and just the look on their face of, like, horror.
I told you I've only seen a few episodes, so I mean these episodes, have you talked about your parents?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there a background here on your
parents? Yeah, I talked about the Mental Health Matters Day. Well, about, so that was for 1,000 people.
Episode 2. So, like, if you look at the person that started in most shows, they're actually going to be higher than your friend who's not here right now.
Exactly, basically.
You should get there in every episode.
Basically, yeah. So, I mean, now that you know the context of where my parents live and such, like, so I decided that it would be fun for us to go over there, and so I was like, it'll be great. My mom and dad are asleep. Well, my parents are cheap and turn off the air conditioner, so their windows are right backed up to the pool. Well, my drunk ass doesn't realize that the windows, because it's like 90 fucking degrees, are open.
Yeah.
So our drunk happy asses get in the pool and everything. Like I leave all the lights off, and my mom comes out in her nightgown, and it's like, Jennifer, you know, and I was like, it's my birthday. And she's like, the neighbors are gonna hear you. You guys are cussing, and like it sounds so bad. She's like, how much have you drank? And I was like, I don't know, Rob. How much did you buy me? And she's like, what is it gonna take for you to shut the fuck up? Like basically. Not that, why are you naked in the pool with two guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Just, we don't want the neighbors to know you're naked
like,
in the pool.
Like, completely blinded from that. You know,
no, just, like, completely overlook it, because it's, like, years of me being their child.
Yeah. Or maybe, like, I mean, I haven't seen pictures of them, but maybe they were the color of water and they just blended in.
No, there was everyone, like, no, because she got towels for everyone. But, I mean, like, the summer before that, she'd walked in on me having sex in my brother's room with a guy I was dating, so, not once, but twice. She unlocked the door.
A guy in your brother's room.
Well, I brought him back to the house because I hadn't moved back yet. Okay. And of course, you know, me being me, like, thought this was funny. Yet again, like a normal thing to do.
And they were just like, still like, well, hey, stop making
sense. No, my mom unlocked the door, not once but twice, and walked in on me having sex. And then they were laughing in the morning when I had to walk them out, and they were having breakfast.
Your parents were laughing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
So I'm saying, so the next summer my birthday comes around, like skinny dipping, like with two guys.
So what you're saying is that your birthday is going to start as a Bumble event, somehow turn into a bachelorette, and then the trip, the honeymoon.
Oh, actually, I've actually got into the Fountain of Vizcaya. Like, with, like, there's been orgies I've seen go on and such. So maybe we'll aim for that, like, you know, like some sort of.
There's orgies in the fountain.
At nighttime, like when it's really hot, zebra. Yeah, I know we. Well,
that's just not like a bunch of naked people.
No, there's naked people, but then there's the people having sex too.
Oh,
so
people
like,
really are having sex.
Oh yeah, no,
like
yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was what I was going on. Like you know, it's a like field trip, but that was a nice surprise.
I wouldn't even get in that water. The water's not safe.
I mean, that's the closest fountain, you know, because like our fountain they put dirt in, so we can't get in the one at Melrose Place.
I mean, bloodborne pathogens and other potential infectious material.
That's why we can't get in my fountain anymore where I live.
This is my job, yeah. The blood, vomit, semen, vaginal fluids, that can be hepatitis B.
Don't tell people not to come to my birthday.
HIV. No, that's only the lucky contestant that makes it to the end, gets the honeymoon at your parents' backyard.
We're not going to my parents' house this year, I can promise you that much. Actually, no, wait.
Let's hold off. Okay, your promise. You have to make the promise completely shit-faced because that's gonna be the condition you're gonna be in.
Yeah, no, I can't
right
do
now.
that because I'll probably think it's a great idea to terrorize them.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you know what? The idea of the bachelor was, you know, you have that random person that's like selling roses. Like, who does that anymore? But they still like old sack.
Yeah.
I'm like, and people actually buy it. I don't know.
Maybe they're out of the country, you know, maybe I should look into this, because they travel half the year, so maybe we'll see, you know, because the neighbors like it, like, actually, like, when we have the party, my parents don't know I've had many parties that I've left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's because I have a key to the, you know, gate to get into the backyard.
Yeah.
I don't have a key to the house.
Yeah, well, that's why you had to be in the pool, because you were there, and you're like, well, we had to.
Anyhow, no, people peed on the side of the house.
Again, my brain went like 3 steps, and one of the steps was maybe not say that. So that's.
Oh yeah,
that's why I laughed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No worries.
I like the way I put my hand, where it's like right in the camera's face rather than up here. I feel like when you do this show, there's a certain way you have to look. You can't really look sideways. Like that's not the best angle. Sometimes. This is not a bad angle. So this is
you know, I really work on like placing it so I don't look fat. So I'm sure you look great. Anyhow, so my mom's yelling at us about getting out of the pool. She brings this towel. Okay, so my mom brings this towel, and she's like, "What are you guys gonna do now?" And I was like, Red Hawk had just opened. Rob's like, "We're gonna go to Thunder Valley." She's like, "What, do you need me to drive you?"
Red Hawk just opened. You're gonna go to Thunder Valley?
Oh, so sorry. Sorry.
I was like, your solution was every gambler is over here at Red Hawk. So let's go to Thunder Valley.
I have a 5150 from Thunder Valley.
Okay. So it used to be Thunder Valley, but it's been because fuck Thunder Valley. So now we're talking about Red Hawk.
No, I just in my mind when I drink excessively, this is how it happened like 2 years ago.
How do you get kicked out of Red Hawk? How do you do that?
I don't know. I haven't been kicked out yet. Actually, no, that's not. No, actually,
like,
I terrorized the driver on the way home. No, poor Eric. I'm really sorry, Eric. I was having a PTSD
Is that a friend of yours?
No, it's the driver they gave me.
Did you give him 5 stars?
No, the casino gave me a driver.
Oh.
Not even Uber because it was raining.
Yeah.
No one will come get me.
I hope you like let him know, like, hey, like just give him a hug.
He watches this. He doesn't respond to messages. Don't worry, but he looks at all the posts.
Because he kept saying sorry, like for a whole night.
I offered to make it up to him in other ways too.
Like you gave him a couple chips that you had. Like you're like, okay, I didn't cash out all my poker chips. Here's a poker chip.
Sure. I'm a very moral person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Nothing is off limits to me in my mind.
I think this year, like, is I'm a born again virgin at this point, so that's good. So then I gotta play the role, which is like, that anybody who's not a virgin disgusts me. Like that's gonna be my new rule for the year.
Really?
Yeah,
like
so,
really?
Most people when they look at their pictures with their kids are like, oh, that's cute. But now any picture between 18 when I lost my virginity to 33, you disgust me. Like,
oh my God.
I'm just gonna throw those pictures away now.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
really glad that we had that fun night together and I'm in that collection.
I'm sorry, yes. Don't worry. So is my dog.
I don't remember it though.
No, my dog wasn't in that story.
No, I'm not like I don't remember what happened. I just know you have to go to Universal and get on the plane by yourself though.
If this is gonna come out before the Bumble event, is this video? Well, I hope the people that go to the Bumble event bring like a dog and bring it as a service animal because that's gonna get all the chicks. Especially if you're only one. Or bring a turtle. Bring a turtle. Like go to the pet store, the kind of turtle that you feed to a shark or something. I don't know what kind of people have pets as. And then like walk the turtle in there. Girls would eat that shit up.
Okay, but the people are gonna be in bathing suits. I think that's like they don't need to bring an animal or a service animal.
This whole event for Bumble is a bathing suit event?
No, we're gonna crash it in our bathing suit.
Oh, I knew you were doing that, but I thought you were wearing your bathing suits because the event itself was a bathing suit.
No, we're
that
crashing
would be very unique. I would love to not be in a bathing suit from a distance because nobody really wants to see me out of a bathing suit. I mean, I'll make everyone feel a lot more comfortable when they see me naked. It's a lot better for them.
See, now you really want to go to my parents' house later so we can see you naked.
Nobody wants to do that.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is probably one of the funniest shows we've done.
Oh, okay.
Episode 20 with you, which is why I want you to co-host with me before my birthday because you know my personality and what a ridiculous motherfucker I am when I drink.
And I'm not shy to point things out, and I think that's a secret. Some people are nice and they're like, huh. And then that's the end of the conversation. But it's fun to point out when somebody like says something because you're just confused. I was like super straight laced most of my life, and then like there's this blurb from 18 to 33.
18 to 33. This is like bell curve. You're still 33.
You know,
you're gonna be 34.
Yeah. That's 15 years. That's my quinceañera. But I like lived this life like where I was just so confused. Like I really think that movie Eyes Wide Shut, like that's about me. Like, I'm Tom Cruise. I just didn't realize the world like was about sex. I'm still confused. I'm like, oh, people do it. As a born again virgin.